Tonight at 6, Students for a Democratic Society gathered on the K earlier to protest Don't Say Gay bills. What students are saying.
And the cold temperatures are here to stay. What to expect for the rest of your week?
Stay tuned later on as we are here live from Dick Stadium for tonight's Kent State football game.
Former President Donald Trump announced that he will run for president in 2024. We tell you all about his efforts for a comeback and more as TV2 News at 6 starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Wednesday evening, Portage County, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alexandria Manthey.
And I'm Matt Corrali. We begin tonight with an on-campus protest held by Students for a Democratic Society in response to the Don't Say Gay bills.
That's right. Our correspondent Shane Troyano was there. Shane, what did the protesters have to say on the issue?
Yeah, hi guys. That's right. The SDS Kent State chapter made their voices heard against the national Don't Say Gay bills, and they say they want to show that love is everywhere. Take a look. Kent State Students for a Democratic Society held a protest today against the nationwide Don't Say Gay bill.
I think it's a really important topic. Across the country, we're seeing a lot of attacks on the right to love who you want to love and on gender expression.
It's part of a national week of action where SDS chapters all over the country are protesting for the LGBTQ plus community.
Our chapters across the country are going out on their campuses and organizing for queer rights to save queer and trans youth.
LGBTQ rights have become so politicized, and education on how different people exist should not be political.
Hey, ho ho, transphobia has got to go.
The protest started at Bowman Hall, ending in front of the Student Center with a speech held inside.
Republicans are trying to make it so that no child can ever have the language necessary that allows them to know who they are.
The Kent State chapter of SDS is against the Don't Say Gay bills around the country, saying they are damaging to LGBTQ plus youth.
We're hoping to embolden and empower them because they deserve a voice, despite our government basically them over.
Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida just this year signed into law the Don't Say Gay bill. And now, both here in Ohio and nationally, similar bills are trying to get passed.
SDS also says they want to make their voices heard for LGBTQ plus voices everywhere.
We're here to say gay and say that we're not going back in the closet. We're here to stay. Love is love, and love will win.
Say it with me now. We're here, we're queer, and we will not disappear.
We're here, we're queer, we will not disappear.
Now, the protest had around 10 people, but they marched from Bowman Hall all the way to inside the Student Center, making their voices heard where a bunch of students were all around them. So for TV2 News, I'm Shane Troyano. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Shane. And keeping with SDS, the group is asking for university officials to give students access to birth control on campus following the overturn of Roe v. Wade. In an Instagram post, the group said that University President Todd Dyken and the university can take action by, quote, implementing Plan B vending machines in the student center and try rotunda bathrooms and open the health center on weekends, end quote. They are asking students to scan the QR code on their social media accounts to email President Dyken.
Kent State University allegedly denied a promotion to a professor because of their gender identity. G. Pat Patterson, an assistant professor in the English department, accused the university of, quote, sabotage, saying they backed out on a promise to promote them to a leadership role. Patterson was hired by Kent State in 2018, and at the time of their hire was the only openly transgender professor at the university. Patterson remains employed by Kent State University.
So we'll be doing stuff year-round. During the summer, we don't really stop because the need for food doesn't stop. We just want to make sure everyone gets the food that they need, whether they're on campus or off campus.
Today, the Flash's Fighting Hunger Initiative held a Stuff the Truck food drive at the Division of Philanthropy and Alumni Engagement Center. All members of the community were invited to participate by driving through the parking lot and dropping off non-perishable food and toiletry items. And an anonymous donor pledged to match student donations with a contribution to the Flashes Fighting Hunger Giving Tuesday campaign.
On Tuesday, bras of all sizes and colors were hung on the West Main Street Bridge in Kent in support of cancer awareness. The Celtic Club of Ohio has been collecting bras to put on display for 13 years and then donate to local domestic abuse shelters. Over that time frame, more than 11,000 bras have been collected and donated. Well, I know, Alex, that we're kind of in the early stages, well, more in the middle stages of the fall season, but this has been one of the coldest days of the season.
Oh, for sure. I had to whip out the big coat today on my way to classes and such. There were snow flurries all around.
Oh,
so
no, I get it.
It's definitely cold.
Absolutely. I had to break out the gloves for the first time this season. Well, our own Nuried Hurtado is in studio. And Nuried, can we see this type of weather for the foreseeable future?
Matt, Alex, yes, I am so sorry to tell you that we are going to keep seeing these cold temperatures, but I'm going to focus on that on my 7-day forecast. As for right now, let's see what's going on currently in Kent. We have 34 degrees, but it feels like 27, a little bit colder than the actual temperature that we have right now. The dew point is at 26 degrees with a humidity of 66%, and the wind going west-southwest at 9 miles per hour and a visibility of 10 miles. Then for tonight at 8 p.m. the temperature is going to start dropping to 33 degrees and it's going to be cloudy and it's going to keep like that till tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with 32 degrees. So take those coats out if you have to walk to class or if you are planning on doing something early morning. For tomorrow, we're going to see cloudy skies throughout the day with a high temperature of 38 degrees. A few flurries or snow showers might happen, so take that in mind if you're going to do something tomorrow morning or afternoon, and the low is going to be 26 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is going to be between 10 and 15 miles per hour going west, and the sunset is going to be at 5:04 p.m. That's all I have for you right now, but don't go anywhere because I have the rest of your weather forecast with what to expect for the upcoming days.
Thanks, Nuried. And while we might be in the toasty studio right now, Matt, it sure looks like our Golden Flashes out at the football game are pretty cold.
Yeah, hopefully the Flashes can get it done in the cold weather. Our sports reporter Brady Hamilton is live outside of Dick Stadium to give you a recap of everything that happened in Kent State sports today. Brady, good evening.
Thank you, Matt, and good evening, Portage County. I'm live here outside Dick Stadium for the Kent State football home finale, as the Kent State Golden Flashes host their MAC rival Eastern Michigan. But first, another Kent State Golden Flashes team already won earlier this afternoon as the men's basketball team beat Arkansas Pine Bluff at home by a final score of 94-68. It is rare that both of these teams play at home on the same day, but the Kent State football team is going to look to get a win tonight and keep the winning going for this doubleheader.
America's comeback starts right now.
Former President Donald Trump made a highly anticipated announcement last night. We have the latest on what GOP leaders are saying.
A missile strike in Poland that killed 2 people is being questioned as whether it belonged to Russia or Ukraine. The latest ahead.
Welcome back. A medical center opens 2 more clinics to help with the surge in RSV cases.
Yeah, our correspondent Noah Rowe is here with the latest health-related headlines. Noah, good evening.
Thanks, Matt. That's right. We have updates on RSV cases in Arizona, as well as health issues from across the country. RSV cases have been spiking across the country, forcing one hospital in Arizona to open 2 clinics to deal with the sheer number of cases. The Tuscan Medical Center says that it's seen a 200% increase in cases, causing emergency rooms to become overwhelmed. Doctors are saying babies and infants are making up most of the cases at the moment. A new study from the Journal of Radiology Society of North America shows that there may be increased health risks for tobacco smokers who also smoke marijuana. The study compared chest scans from 56 people who smoke marijuana and tobacco with scans of people who were heavy cigarette smokers for at least 25 years. The study found that those who smoked marijuana and tobacco were 8% more likely to suffer from airway damage than those who smoked exclusively tobacco. Over 1 billion people aged 12 to 34 may be at risk for early hearing loss due to unsafe listening practices. In a study published to the BMJ Global Health Journal, researchers analyzed scientific articles surrounding unsafe listening practices dating from as early as 2001 until 2021. They concluded that playing loud sounds so close to the ear using headphones in loud venues such as bars and concerts can lead to serious hearing damages. The drug maker Rowe has announced they will stop all studies of an experimental therapy called gantenerumab after it showed disappointing results in the fight against Alzheimer's. It's part of a class of drugs designed to reduce sticky proteins called beta amyloid, also called plaque, in the brain. The drug successfully reduced this plaque in the brain, but failed to stop memory loss. This has been Noah Rowe live from Franklin Hall Newsroom. Alex, Matt, back to you.
As we get further into November, the temperatures just keep getting colder. We've had some flurries here in Kent, but no major snowfall just yet.
And as you can see on your screen, other places like Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Chicago, and cities in Wisconsin all received several inches of snow over the past few days. But now for weather here in Kent, we have our own Nuried Hurtado.
Alex, Matt, thank you. I know you've been waiting for the rest of your weather forecast, so let's get right into it. As for right now, let's check our temperatures in Northeast Ohio. We have 36 in Cleveland and Sandusky and 37 in Ashtabula. Next to the Lake Erie, we have on Mansfield, Worcester, and Kent 33 degrees, the lowest temperature for today, and 35 in Canton. Now let's go zooming out to the rest of our state. We have 34 in Lima and Cincinnati, the lowest temperatures, followed up by Dayton with 35, Columbus at 37, Athens at 36, and Akron at 35. Now for our 7-day forecast, we're going to see cloudy skies on Thursday and Friday, and the temperature is going to start dropping for Friday with 31 being the highest temperature for the day. However, on Saturday and Sunday, the sun is going to show up a little bit compared to these cloudy days that we've been having for a long time. The temperature is going to keep dropping to 29 and 28 being the highest for the weekend. However, by Monday we're going to have a little bit of warm weather with 41 degrees and 46 on Tuesday and 49 on Wednesday. So the temperature is going to getting better for next week with mostly sunny skies. So don't worry too much about the cold weather that might be showing up right now because it's going to get better. That's all I have for you today. Please stay warm and safe out there, Portage County. I'll see you next Wednesday with more weather updates.
Thanks, Nuried. NASA has launched its uncrewed Artemis 1 mission on a historic journey to the moon. The spacecraft took off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 1:47 a.m. Eastern today. It's flying without astronauts for a test mission, headed for deep space, kicking off a 25-and-a-half-day journey around the moon. It comes after 2 scrubbed launch attempts in August. The capsule is slated to journey back to Earth and parachute to a splashdown landing in the Pacific Ocean on December 11th.
Well, if you're like me, you like a good salad, but recent developments say that we may not get a hand on one for the time being. Local pizzerias and fast food joints are pulling lettuce off the menu. This is due to a major lettuce farm in California being struck by a mystery virus, drought, and heavy rains. That is creating a ripple effect that now affects lettuce farmers here in Northeast Ohio. The public can expect places that don't have lettuce on the menu to return within the next week or two.
Your holiday season may be a bit more expensive this year. Inflation may be showing signs of peaking ahead of the holiday shopping season. A retail and e-commerce analysis says wholesale pricing easing is a good sign. While prices are still high, wholesale prices saw its smallest increase since July of 2021. The news comes after Walmart and Home Depot posted better than expected quarterly earnings this week. As shoppers gear up for Black Friday shopping, many retailers are offering steep discounts to draw in customers.
Georgia's Life Act or Heartbeat bill has been struck down in the courts, making abortions after 6 weeks in the state legal again for the time being. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney's ruling came in response to a lawsuit that sought to strike down the ban. The bill was passed before Roe v. Wade was overturned, and thus sections, quote, were plainly unconstitutional when drafted, voted upon, and enacted.
Keeping it in Georgia, one Georgia prosecutor may make a deal with some of the alleged fake Trump electors in the 2020 election. Sources say Fulton County's district attorney could offer some of the state's Republicans immunity for their testimony. She wants to know more about the plan to thwart now President Joe Biden's 2020 victory in the state. At least one member of the group of 16 GOP electors has testified before the special grand jury, but 11 electors have hired attorneys and are refusing to testify.
Is being placed on the fact that the Republican Party should have done better, and frankly, much of this blame is correct. But the citizens of our country have not yet realized the full extent and gravity of the pain our nation is going through.
Former President Donald Trump will hit the campaign trail once again. Trump has announced he will be running for president in 2024. The former president made it official Tuesday night at Mar-a-Lago in a speech that was full of false claims about his years in office. Given the GOP's midterm losses, some Republicans are wary of another Trump presidential bid. It is widely expected he will face primary challengers.
President Biden departed Bali this afternoon to head back to the White House. Biden was in Bali attending a G20 summit and holding a high-stakes first meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The two leaders discussed a wide range of topics, including trade and technology.
Vice President Kamala Harris departed for Thailand earlier today. The visit is to cast the U.S. as the Indo-Pacific's, quote, better partner for economic stability amid China's push to expand its own influence in the region. The Vice President will attend the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders Summit, hold bilateral meetings with Thailand's Prime Minister and Philippines President, as well as meet with other leaders and local activists.
President Biden held an emergency roundtable last night with other world leaders to discuss a missile that hit Poland. The leaders were originally under the impression that the missile came from Russia. However, the Kremlin has released a statement saying they didn't have any relation to the missile. Poland President Andrzej Duda claimed that the missile came from Ukraine. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, however, says there is no doubt in his mind that the missile did not belong to them. And moving back to the States, the Moscow Police Department says 4 people were found dead yesterday afternoon in Idaho. The University of Idaho has confirmed those 4 people were students of U of I, and autopsies were scheduled for today. The coroner is speaking out, calling the crime scene gruesome and traumatic. Police were responding to a call for an unconscious person on King Road just south of campus around noon when they found the 4 victims dead.
Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey has been charged with 7 more sexual offenses in Britain. According to UK police, the 63-year-old's charges are related to incidents with the same man from 2001 to 2004. In July, he pleaded not guilty to 4 charges of sexual assault and 1 additional count of causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent. He'll be back in court on December 16th in London, with his trial set for next year. The new legal woes come just weeks after a New York jury found Spacey not liable for battery.
Well, if you need an excuse to swing through a drive-thru for dinner, then today is just your lucky day.
And you don't want to go anywhere, as when we get back, we will preview tonight's game from Dick Stadium.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
And welcome back. We are live here at Dick Stadium. I'm Brady Hamilton, and kickoff is now underway for some action. The Kent State Golden Flashes are looking to keep building off of last week's 40-6 win on the road when they blew out MAC rival Bowling Green Falcons. The Flashes are back at home this week in what will be their final home game of the season. It will not be the easiest game for the Flashes and in the world as MAC rival Eastern Michigan comes in and is an impressive 4-1 on the road this year. But the Flashes may have some extra momentum tonight, wanting to get a win for senior night.
This is the last group of seniors that we've inherited, right, that were here from the very beginning. And so we got to make sure that we send them off the right way. And last time we were in Dick Stadium, we didn't play to the best of our ability, and we need to right that wrong.
The Kent State Golden Flashes needs to get a win at home tonight to keep their bowl hopes alive for the 2022 season. One big key to the game tonight is quarterback Colin Schlee, who had a stellar performance in last week's 40-6 win at Bowling Green, and he had 4 total touchdowns in doing so. It is a big thing the Flashes hope that they will do again tonight, and one other key is the defense stepping up and stopping this Eastern Michigan's offense, who is a big reason why they are 4-1 this year. With all that being said, I had the Flashes coming out on top by a final score of 31-24. I think it will be a close back-and-forth game between these two MAC opponents. But I really think it will come down to which team will come away and win the turnover battle. And you will not want to miss any of the action. That's all I have for you tonight. I'm Brady Hamilton, and make sure to tune in at the same time next week for more sports coverage.
Sixth year, we have the details on what's coming in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is TV2 News, truly Portage County.
Welcome back. If you're health conscious, you may be in the habit of avoiding fast food, but today is a good excuse for a cheat day because it is National Fast Food Day.
It's observed every year on November 16th. Whether your preference is grilled, fried, or broiled, dine-in, carry-out, or drive-through, this is your chance to indulge.
And it is almost turkey time, and there's some additions to a famous Thanksgiving tradition this year. Several new floats will make an appearance at the 96th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Wonder Bread is debuting its Wonder Ship, a clear dome filled with confetti. There's a baby shark float, and Toys R Us is back with a new Jeffrey called Jeffrey's Dazzling Dance Party. He'll be DJ as Jordan Sparks performs. Designers have been working for months to execute these visions.
All right, guys, real quick. Favorite part about Thanksgiving? It can be the food, the parade.
The
football,
parade.
Anything. Parade?
For sure.
Yeah.
I've never watched the parade.
Yes.
Really?
We were talking over the break, and Nuried is originally from Peru.
Yes, that's right. So I never watched the parade. I only had one Thanksgiving last year, so I don't have many ideas about Thanksgiving. So,
Well, we had a Friendsgiving. How was it?
it was really good. I really enjoy it, and I'm excited about Thanksgiving break because I'm going with my friend, and it's gonna be really fun.
Oh, good. Awesome. All right. Well, that is all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit our website at kentwired.com.
And on social media at KentWired on all platforms. I'm Nuried Hurtado.
I'm Matt Corrali.
And I'm Alexandria Manthey. Have a great night, Portage County.